Hello and good evening. It's Andre from Heroes World, and we are back with another What's New at Heroes World. So, last week I brought you a little show showing some of the really cool new items that we are getting in at the shop. We get shipments in probably 3 times a week, so I thought I would compile what comes out each week. So, as you know, or hopefully you know already, Heroes World is a comic and game store. I like to call it a hobby shop. And we carry everything from comic books to card games to board games to miniature games, models, so many great things, graphic novels, and we get new stuff in all the time. So, welcome to the show. If you have any questions, post up in those comments. I'll try and get to them. But without further ado, let's talk about some of the great new comics that are coming out for New Comic Book Day, that is Wednesday. As you know, I'm a big comic book fan. Comics are probably my first passion. So, I always like to lead with those first. These are the books that I'm recommending that you check out. We are getting even more than the ones I'm talking about. So if you don't see what you like, don't worry, it's probably at the store. So let's go. First up, we got some cool graphic novel new releases and restocks. Check this out. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original, the Eastman and Laird, the black and white, the original Turtles in a Half Shell. This is going right back. It's 5 volumes in total, compiling all of the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in their original form by Eastman and Laird. If you have never read this book, you have to check it out. It's amazing how far the Turtles has come, but you need to see where they began. Very different than a lot of their iterations, but definitely super cool. And with all the hype that is with the last Ronin story, we thought we better bring in these original so that people can check them out. So this is volume 1 of 5. It's about $40 Canadian. Definitely worth it. Come by the store and check it out. All right, next up, this book had a lot of controversy when it first came out, but it kicked off the DC Black label, and boy, was it something else. I'm talking about Batman Damned, oversized, fully painted by the very talented Lee Bermejo. This is a Batman book on a psychological journey, and it was definitely what set the bar high for the Black label. You might know it for the controversy of the Bat Wang, because in the original first printing, we saw Batman's little soldier, shall we say. Unfortunately, they have edited that out of all further printings, but it is a cool story nonetheless. Synopsis of the story: somebody's killed the Joker, and Batman wants to find out what his involvement is with that. We see characters like Harley Quinn, we see characters like Deadman, Zatanna, John Constantine. So it's not your average Batman book, and it is incredibly beautiful. Beautiful. So you have to check this book out. We also have it available in hardcover, but the soft cover is available tomorrow for the first time. All right, let's get to some periodicals, the floppies. I'm going to go kind of fast because there's a lot to cover. All right, so my first choice is the Action Comics Annual. And as you know, Superman is the star of Action Comics, but we're taking it a little different tone here. This is the House of El. So we're looking at the descendants and future descendants of our Man of Steel. Very cool book. It's kind of got that anthology feel, bright, beautiful art, and some very cool characters and colors in it. I just love this book. Superman has been on the rise lately, just for me. So you guys want to check in on that. It's a book that I think people kind of sleep on, but this one is very imaginative. On sale tomorrow. All right. So, as you know, Disney owns everything Fox, and that means that Marvel has the license for the Alien franchise. This is Alien Aftermath. This is the second of the series that Marvel's bringing you. And we kind of got like a, I don't know, maybe a ghost alien, or shall we say a phosphorescent alien. Either way, damn scary, because I don't want to meet these guys in any way, shape, or form. Excellent book. The first series was great. That's going to be available in trade soon, but you definitely want to check out Aliens Aftermath from Marvel Comics. All right. So one of my new favorite writers is Tom Taylor. He's on Nightwing. He did Injustice. He did All New Wolverine back from Marvel. And this is issue 4 of Batman Detective, a limited series drawn by Adam Kubert. Uh, I gotta say, it's a really different take. We got kind of a grizzled, angry looking Bruce Wayne Batman, but the premise is somebody is going and knocking off all the people who Batman has helped. And he's got to take a venture to Europe, so he's out of his element. And wow, it is pretty crazy. In this particular issue, no spoilers, we see Bruce Wayne doing some cool stuff, and just him doing things that you don't normally see Batman doing. Love the art, love the take on this book. It's just really cool. It's only a 6 issue series. This is issue 4. Definitely check it out. Yeah, it's just cool. Tom Taylor's doing it on a lot of characters for me right now. And he's going to be taking over the new Superman book, which is called Superman Son of Kal-El, coming out not this week, but next week. Put that book on your radar because I think it's going to be fantastic. And as we continue with all things Batman, this is the new issue of Detective Comics. It's Detective Comics 1039, a great painted cover by Lee Bermejo. And this is following almost that future state Batman. If you guys have been following Batman, you know that Bruce Wayne has lost all his money, and Batman has kind of gone to a more, shall we say, I don't want to say low tech, but he doesn't have all of the accessories that he had as Batman before. In this story arc, somebody's murdering some citizens of Gotham, and Batman has to figure out who. But I think the key for this is I love the artist. The artist's name is, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but I'm going to do my best. Victor Bogdanovic, and he looks very close to Greg Capullo. Check out his art on the last 2 issues. Fantastic. Huntress makes an appearance in this one and the last one, and there is a really wicked, scary looking parasite creature in here. Man, chills. But Detective Comics has been good since Future State took over. The writer Tamaki, she's doing a really, really good job. I highly recommend this book, and it's beautiful. I wish I don't think the interior stuff is going to show up, but I'll show you that first page if you guys can see it there. Look at that scary thing coming out of the guy's mouth. Damn, not what you expect from a Batman book, but super, super cool. I really like it. And one of my other favorite things is Scooby Dooby Doo, and this is Batman and the Scooby Doo Mysteries. Great for kids of all ages. Just love this book. This is issue 4 of a 12-issue series. A lot of fun, and they also just did a reprint of number 1 in a giant size format. So again, if you've got kids who are interested in reading, want to get into reading, or you're going on a vacation or a road trip, get them some comic books. It's going to keep them busy in the back of the car. Get them off those iPads and stuff like that and those Game Boys. But yeah, Batman, Scooby-Doo Mysteries, a lot of fun. Great art, great colors, bright, and again, kids for all ages. I just love Scooby. The Scooby and the gang, right back to the childhood, always fun. So if Scooby-Doo's too bright and colorful and happy for you, how about we give you some Carnage, Black, White, and Blood? So if you know who Carnage is, that's the symbiote. This is the more evil, vicious symbiote bonded with the serial killer Cletus Cassidy. Yeah, I'm not going to say much about that, except this book is all about murder and gore. So if you like Carnage, it's up your alley. All right, another super fun book is Challenge of the Super Sons, and the Super Sons are none other than Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne, the son of Superman and the son of Batman, as they get into all kinds of hijinks. In this, you see them fighting Lobo and a bunch of other people. This book is a lot of fun. I really think this should be an ongoing series because this is like the 3rd time they've launched it, but it's just super cool to see these kids getting into mischief. And Damian Wayne is just freaking hilarious. He's always sour, and then he's got Jonathan Kent who can do almost everything that he can't. So it's a really good duo. Next up for me is a book with a cover that I love. Brett Booth doing the cover for the Flash annual. And I probably should have grabbed an image to put on the screen for you because just look at this cover. I hope you guys can see it. It's like all of the Flashes. Man, Brett Booth just killing it on covers lately. I just love this. All the different Flashes. We've got Impulse. You got Max Mercury. You got Jesse Quick. Barry Allen, you've got Reverse Flash. Yeah, just super cool. Can't wait to read this book. Hopefully, all of them show up in it because what is better than one speedster? A dozen speedsters, straight up. So, you hear me talking a lot about DC's Future State, and although that series is gone, they have continued with future state Gotham. And why I like this book is primarily the main character is the Red Hood, and the book is drawn manga style. It's black and white, pure manga. I love it. Giving vibes of Akira and stuff. And in this series, the Red Hood has joined the magistrates, who are basically a special police force that hunts down costume vigilantes. So they recruit the Red Hood and send him after his former Bat family. So lots of good stuff. This is issue 3. We've got the first 2 in stock at the store. So if you're interested in that, definitely want to check out this series. It is super cool if you like manga. Obviously, if you're not big into the manga or black and white art, maybe you don't check it out, but it is pretty cool if you like the Bat family. It's definitely a different take on that. And speaking of the Bat family, we have got the Joker number 5 with a great punchline on the cover. This series has kind of taken me personally by storm. I didn't think that I knew the Joker was popular, but this book has been super popular, and each book has a backstory featuring none other than Punchline. So this is an ongoing series featuring Mr. J, but it's not the kind-hearted Mr. J that you see in the animated series and stuff. He's definitely vicious, but it is a look on his side. So you want to check that out if you like the Joker and want to delve into more of his personality. It's a very cool book. Caught me by surprise. Like I said, 5 issues in, and it's still pretty cool. People are enjoying it. People are buying it up. Lots of great covers on it too. So if you're into covers, definitely want to check that out. So, one of my top picks this week is going to be the Sinister War. This is Spider Man, and this is going to lead into the new kind of summer crossover with Webhead. Written by Nick Spencer, who's been writing Spider Man for a couple years. But why I truly like this book is one of my favorite Spider Man artists, Mark Bagley, is drawing this series. So, it's called The Sinister War, and I'm going to give you a little bit of spoilers. Obviously, you've heard of the Sinister Six, which is Spider Man's main adversaries when they all group together to take him down. But in this series, we get the Savage Six as well. So 2 different super badass teams trying to beat up Spider-Man. And twist. I have to spoil this, so I apologize, but it's not really quite a spoiler if you have been following Spider-Man. So Mary Jane Watson Parker is an actress, and she just landed a lead role, and her movie's coming out. But the twist is she knew the director was none other than Mysterio trying to reform himself, and she wants to help out. She's all for redemption and stuff like that, but she hasn't told Peter Parker yet. And they show up at the premiere of the movie, and hijinks ensued and a big mega battle. And if you know Mark Bagley, he can draw everybody on the page all the time. So this was an amazing battle. Super cool. I can't wait to see where this series goes. There's going to be issues in Sinister War as well as Amazing Spider-Man. So this is my pick. Highly recommend it. Please come by and check it out on the shelves of the store tomorrow. All right. And if we have any fans of The Walking Dead or Robert Kirkman's books from Image, we have Skybound X, which stands for 10. It's the Roman numerals of 10 years of Skybound Entertainment. And the main story is Rick Grimes 2000. Let me put that on the screen there for you. Yep. And other Skybound properties, birthrights in this one, and the Stillwater book by Chip Zdarsky. Great anthology book, most bang for your buck. It's $4.99 US, so it's probably about 7 something Canadian, and it's thick. You're getting a lot of story in here. And yeah, it's fantastic that there's so much going on with Skybound, so many different story types and whatnot, and you get it all in here. Issue 1s came out last week. We still have those in stock, so you want to keep checking those out. Guys, I want to say hello to everybody who's joining and commenting. I'm trying to read those and multitask, but thank you for joining me as I go through some of the new and cool stuff that we got at the shop. So, next up, the newest issue of Thor by the powerhouse writer of Donny Cates. Now, this one has been a while in the making, and we are joined. Donny Cates is joined by artist. I might pronounce it wrong. It's an Italian artist, Bandini, and I think it's Michele. It's spelled, I think, like Michelle, but I don't think you pronounce it Michelle. It's for the gentleman. But wow, absolutely amazing issues. I've been a fan of Thor for a long time, like going back to the Walt Simonson days. Love the Jason Aaron run with my boy Mike Del Mundo. But this one is super, super cool. It's the start of a new story arc. So, guys, if you've never read Thor, you need to check out this issue. So, you may know that Thor is now the king of Asgard. And something has been going on with Mjolnir. Mjolnir isn't reacting to Thor properly. It's like the it's like a moody hammer. But what's going on is that Thor believes that since he is no longer the tip of the spear, as he said, he's no longer the top warrior because he's got to be the king of Asgard, that Mjolnir is finding him not worthy. And as you see, this actually happens on the cover. Something makes Mjolnir strike down to Captain America. Amazing art, very cool story. It's reminiscent of the Unworthy Thor story. So if you read that, it kind of is making me think of that. However, it's different enough that I'm very curious. Like I said, I love Thor. This is the start of a new story arc. So if you haven't read it, read Thor in a while, definitely pick it up. Highly recommend it. Just a great run so far with Thor, with that creative team, and beautiful art. Last comic, but definitely not least, this is very special to me and Heroes World as well. We have got the latest issue. This is X Core number 3, I believe. Let's see. Yep. And this is a beautiful cover by our Mike Del Mundo. That's Multiple Man doing the science thing. And look at those science apparatus. It's like his costume. Very cool cover. But not only did Mike Del Mundo do this cover, it's another tie to Heroes World. Our good friend Valentine Delandro is doing the interior art. So it's a double whammy of Canadian good content in this book. Super cool book. It's all about kind of the like Angel and the X-Men, and they're kind of putting that corporate spin on it. So very cool. Really digging this cover. Shout outs to Mike Del Mundo for doing yet another creative cover. So, guys, that's a quick look at what is on the shelf tomorrow for comics. And they will be all ready for you tomorrow. Big week. There's a lot of other books, a lot of other restocks of some graphic novels too. I didn't want to go through all of those, but hopefully there's something that whets your fancy or tickles your appetite, as they say. So hopefully you can come by and check that out. But there's some great product. I'm just going to have a sip of water and we'll get right into that. So on the gaming front, we love our card games, and one of the card games that is making a really big comeback in the last couple of months has been Versus System, and they're continuing their expansion sets with standalone card deck packs that add different characters and teams. This is the Thunderbolts pack, which is in their Civil War line. Great game. You can play it solo and you can play it with a buddy. Very fun. If you want a demo of this game or want to learn more how it works, check us out on a Friday or a Saturday when John is in. He can give you the lowdown on it. Him and Pat are really digging this game, so we've brought in more stock, and this is brand new. This is on store shelves tomorrow. The Thunderbolts. That's Zemo and Iron Man, if you can see it. Sorry about the glare there, but super cool. Yeah, we love our games at Heroes World, so there's lots to see and lots to do. Next up, we got a big restock on Marvel Legends, the X-Men wave from X-Men House of 10 and Powers of 10, and those figures are awesome. So we got restocks, we got full sets of those, but brand new is MODOK. Very cool, oversized Marvel Legend figure. Look at MODOK in all his silly glory. Super cool figure. I hope we can get a chance to do an unboxing of this figure, but if you like the MODOK show, maybe you want a MODOK to go on your desk and you can check that out. Now, the item that I'm most excited about that we got back in stock today was none other than the shield from Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is the life-size prop replica. We had them in and they sold super fast. We got them back just today. Check this out. You can actually wear this. It's got the harnesses and stuff like that. You can put your arms through it. Please note, if you throw it, it does not come back to you, and it's $160, so you probably don't want to do that. But it will be a great wall decoration to hang on your wall, and or you want to do cosplay, bam, you definitely have that option. So great shield, great item to get back in. So I think we only got a pair of them left. So you definitely want to act fast. Those will be going back up onto our website probably tomorrow. Yeah, if you want to catch that really fast, you better act fast. So that's a look at what we got in for this Tuesday. All these items will be going on sale on Wednesday. So I'm going to take a quick look at some of these messages here. So I want to thank everybody who's commenting and tuning in and spending part of your evening with me. Frazier, hey Frazier, how you doing? He's saying he's loving his shield. He got one. I think it was his Father's Day treat for himself. So that's pretty cool. And hey Jess, how are you? She's talking about the comic books. Can't wait to check those out. So, some of the other new stuff that might not be new for the store, but it's very new that it came out over the past weekend. Lots of new announcements for stuff. So we had, I think on Friday, there was the Witcher Con. If you know The Witcher, this is based on a video game and novels, and there's comic books, and Henry Cavill is playing the Witcher, Geralt of Rivia. We saw a trailer for that at the WitcherCon, and I'm super stoked. Probably one of my favorite shows that Netflix put out. So we're super excited about that show coming out. That's coming out in December. If you want Witcher merchandise, we've got Witcher statues, comics, graphic novels, and I think we still have a atlas called The World of the Witcher at the store. So we definitely have Witcher stuff there. Another big, huge part of our store is Warhammer 40,000. And this past weekend, there was a ton of announcements for Warhammer 40K. But the one I want to talk a little bit about is the new version of the game called Kill Team. Now, Kill Team is what you call skirmish special mission warfare set in a small kind of do or die mission situation. They're bringing out a new rule set this August. And this is a game where you can literally play with what they call specialists. You're going to make your crack commando team, be it orcs, space marines. You can play Eldar, Dark Eldar, basically any of the 20 plus races in this game, but you're going to make a crack commando squad. But what's exciting is that this new starter set is going to combine the forces of the Imperial Guard against the space orcs. And the Death Corps of Krieg are getting their first plastic miniatures, and they look fantastic. There's a really cool CG trailer out that kind of puts you in the mode of Kill Team. Think about kind of like your A team or your kind of like the Expendables. These are guys that are crack commando units going to make sure they can do a mission that do or die needs to get done. So all new rule set. It's coming with great terrain and a standalone box. So if you guys ever wanted to delve into a miniature game, I think Kill Team is the one to start. The 40K universe is big, it's beautiful, and they've got so many great models coming out in the new, like they've just been killing it the past couple years, but definitely this summer I think you got to watch Games Workshop for their miniatures. They just look incredible. Now, my good friend Fatty also pointed out to me just today that the Marvel Crisis Protocol game put out a new trailer for the world of Doctor Strange. So they're releasing a giant model based on Dormammu, who you may know from the Doctor Strange comic, as well as the Doctor Strange. He's a villain in the Doctor Strange comic, and he was the main villain in the movie that Marvel Cinema did. So that series of games is bringing out a new Sanctum Sanctorum play set that's going to be terrain, but also bringing some of the cool magic user characters to the game. So we're getting a brand new Doctor Strange. We're getting the ancient one. We're getting Brother Voodoo. We're getting Klee. We're getting I think it's movie version of Baron Mordo. And it just the sculpts are getting better. Like one of my hangups for this game was that the sculpts weren't super good, but they are definitely getting better. I'm super excited because last week, if you tuned in, you saw that I was excited about the Falcon getting his own model, and he came in at the store. We got a Falcon and War Machine 2-pack, and now they've announced this really cool Doctor Strange. So these guys are doing everything to get me into the game, but I'm already there. I'm sold. I can't wait till this new set comes out. And speaking of magic and can't wait, I hope you guys have been tuning in and enjoying Loki on Disney Plus. tomorrow is the last episode. And as we've been saying on the podcast, hopefully you guys have been tuning in. Can they stick the landing? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm getting up tomorrow, and that's the first thing I'm going to watch. So hopefully you've checked out our podcast. If not, you can find them here on YouTube. Check them out, watch them, tell you what, let me know what you think, because I think I'm the only guy that's being really hard on that show. Everybody else is loving it, but they're still waiting to see if they can stick the landing. Really, really dig the alligator Loki from the last episode, episode 5. But do you think they can stick the landing? Are you tuning in? Are you waiting till it's all done before you watch it so you can sit down and digest it? So that is going to be the topic for the Sunday podcast. So hopefully you can tune in there. And we just finished doing a podcast about the last appearance of the Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, with the new Black Widow movie in theaters and on Disney Plus. Did you watch it? Did you like it? We did our review on it. I want you guys to check that out as well and comment and stuff. So I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of something to chew on, some thoughts to go on. And I was thinking a lot about Scarlett Johansson because I think this is her last appearance as the Black Widow. Nothing set in stone. Kevin Feige says people can come back and nobody's tied to contracts and stuff like that. But as a super big Star Wars guy, I was really thinking, what could Scarlett Johansson do in the Star Wars universe? And there's been a lot of rumors with Kevin Feige, wanting to do something in the Star Wars land, and there's been fan clamoring to get Sebastian Stan to play Luke Skywalker. They do look very similar. So I'm thinking a Luke Skywalker, Sebastian Stan, meeting Mara Jade, Scarlett Johansson, and we get Kevin Feige to direct that as his directorial debut in the Star Wars universe. So, what do you guys think of that? There's lots of books and novels about Mara Jade and Luke Skywalker and stuff. And of course, it's got to be different than those books because they said that all the stuff is not going to be the same. But that's just me musing, thinking of, yeah, I'd probably like to see that. I've been a fan of Sebastian Stan since I've seen him as the Winter Soldier. He does look like Luke Skywalker, and I just want more Luke Skywalker. Put it anywhere. Doesn't have to be in the Mandalorian timeline. Doesn't have to be right before Episode 7 or whatever. Just do it. Let's get some Luke Skywalker coolness. So, folks, there you have it. Thank you for joining me. This has been a quick thrown together little thing about what's new at Heroes World. As new stuff comes in, I will be doing these again, maybe on Friday. Last Friday, we didn't really get anything new, which was kind of odd. So I didn't do it. So you only got me on Tuesday. So at least know that if you're liking this stuff, you're going to get me at least every Tuesday doing this with what comes out for comics as well as games and action figures. And if lots more stuff comes in, maybe I'll have to start doing these from the store. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for commenting. I want to thank all the people who've been coming to the store, supporting the store via the website, and also tagging us on Instagram and showing off what they've bought. It really, really means a lot to us. And if you're just finding out the store, check us out if you have time. Come up. All the safety measures are in place. Come this Friday, the 16th, we are going into, I think it's stage 3, where we're allowed to have more people in the store. But again, we're going to keep having all those safety measures, but there's lots more to see than is on the website. The website's just going to give you kind of like an overall idea, but there's even more in store for you at the shop. So I hope your summer's been going well. I hope you've enjoyed this. And again, thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a great night. And hopefully you have time to get your geek on sometime this week. Adios, and we'll see you next week.